still
Microphone
dancing.
check 1 2. What is this?
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
All right. We got some vodka today, y'all. Sponsored by Vodka. Is that the brand though? I don't know. What's the brand? What's this?
Red Eye Louie's.
Red Eye Louie. Such a terrible name.
If I had known that, I would have gotten it. I don't trust people named Louie.
Me neither.
A bad foot to get
Especially
started
Red Eye
off.
Louie. He high. And you know marijuana make you gay, so.
Oh yeah, suck a major dick. If you're going ahead and chiefing on a blunt, then you're also chiefing on a dick. It's just one step of separation.
I want to see if I can find that commercial real quick.
When Homegirl's flat, that one?
Oh, that one too. No. This one, or maybe it was just smoking, period.
Smoking makes you gay.
Yeah, hold on. Let me just type that in. People making their own skits and shit. Graphic anti-smoking advertisement.
Was it the top one there?
Nah, I don't know what this is. But we can take a look at this. Change this input. Oh yeah, that's it. But they doing it.
Oh, I remember this now.
Are they smoking? Or are they gay?
Either way, it doesn't matter. I mean, it does if they're smoking.
Gay to smoke.
I know I gotta get him saying that
It's
shit.
gay to smoke.
I don't get the.
And joining us here in the
there.
Bro,
Dude, it's like a phallus in your mouth. It's in your hand,
crazy.
but then you're sharing it with other people. That's a gay orgy if I've ever seen one.
The mental gymnastics to get to that point.
Yeah, it's crazy. But it's just, do you hear how he say it too? It's gay to smoke. All right, thanks, Master Chief. Like, what the fuck? I also got this big ass bottle of Hennessy too for my dogs out there.
Where my dogs at?
Hey.
Man, this bottle's got like a weird sort of
Yes.
shape. Like, I'm not quite sure how to handle
Did you let
it.
the camera see that?
Come from underneath.
It's almost like the camera's up top. What you
Can they see it?
Yeah. You know those bottles of liquor that's like skulls too? Like, way to be edgy. Bro, please don't drop that.
I twisted so hard, it just like falls out.
End of episode. All right, we're gonna have to go ahead and jump on our phones.
I was about to say, yeah, we'll do it on our phones, and it'll be an hour of me cussing you out and negotiating.
Is that good for you?
Yeah. We'll sip on this.
You want some?
No, I'll try it.
Okay.
Gotta try it. While he's pouring, fuck it, let's get it in. I'm Mike Jack.
Thank you.
A Mike, aka Express, aka Windsor, cuz I don't know what that meant. I played for a team called Express Windsor back in the day. Windsor Express. That's why I said that. Aka Mr. 99 Cents, aka the Dollar Store King, aka Big Daddy Draws. To my left is the Wiener himself, aka Oscar Mayer, aka Big Daddy, aka Meet the Fockers, aka Swoosh Side Haircut Cuz, aka Bear Grylls, Jake Foster. And to my
that was me.
And then to my right is the Venom, aka the Wise Nerd, aka Sausage Balls, aka what's the word? Imbominable?
Imbominable?
Yeah.
Indomitable.
Is that the Indomitable Snowman?
Indomitable. Ozzy is Indomitable.
Indomitable, yeah. But I was going to just switch him up. The Indomitable Yeti, aka Impregnable Fortress, John Wisnick. This is the No Consensus Podcast, episode 28, my boys. Hey, cheers.
Okay.
It's clean.
Yeah.
That's a very clean flavor.
Yeah. I got some Perrier lemon if you want to mix it a little bit.
I sure do.
Oh.
You want some?
I grabbed that one, and Shonda bought that, and I was
Which one's
drinking
that?
them. I actually like that one. Hibiscus.
Yeah, I miss it.
Yeah.
I want to figure out this taste room.
Oh yeah. No, like I just really enjoy
Perrier.
that
Fancy.
mineral water. So like
Yeah, that's
I
always
enjoy
my
the bubblies there.
Yeah, bro. We got a case of these in a can and a case of them. I think we're finally becoming a middle class family, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Is this is a good mixture. I'm trying to figure out which one I'm tasting first, though. The tequila is lingering though, and it always will.
That I don't like. I don't like tequila aftertaste, but I don't like tequila.
Yeah.
So
I don't like tequila.
But the opening flavor is really good.
That's what I'm saying. So it's starting off with that vibe, and then ending with that rough.
Guess that's why it's vodka, which that's actually kind of smart. Smart on you. I'm not gonna go ahead and give Louis credit.
I don't know that I would do that.
Yeah.
Damn it, Wazzy!
But also, I figured they had did it like that just because there's no other way. What's the other way that you would have did the
Tikka?
That's terrible.
I mean, don't put this in.
No. I know. I was talking. He was talking about the name of the vodka.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just like, you couldn't do it the other way. And I know the hibiscus with this probably isn't good. This probably is like the perfect splash here of lemonness
Yeah, but I feel like so
to add another flavor.
tequila, especially straight.
Yeah.
But like the vodka like evens it out enough where like you definitely get the tequila flavor,
Yeah.
a little bit of that agave, but without it being too wild.
Yeah, it's that lingering aftertaste.
All right. I think this would be better cold though. I think I need some ice.
Which means you don't want to taste it.
No, I'm just some things taste better.
That's exactly what it means. That's never the case.
That is definitely
not
the
with
case.
liquor.
Not with liquor, unless you
Certain
don't like
things
yourself.
should be cold.
All right, so Mike's depressed and he doesn't even know.
I didn't mean ice. I just meant chill, man. That's can I say that?
No.
Okay.
You
So
literally
you saying be cold?
No!
Okay.
Room temperature or bust. You're
Okay,
lucky I'm
bro.
not microwaving this shit.
Okay.
Throw it on a boiler.
Listen, you can be bougie about certain things, and I appreciate the bouginess. I'm not about to do that. I think
that'd be good.
I like my liquor how I like it. Now y'all can call me pussy for that.
No,
Now syrup, y'all better not bring no off-brand syrup in my house.
What's the fine off-brand syrup?
I gotta look at them,
What's
but you
the
know the
brand
ones
for you?
that be out
Uncle
here.
Jimmy?
No, I need. What is the brand for me? I like. I don't really like Aunt Jemima, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Aunt Jemima.
But let me look at the brands I like. You know the syrup I'm talking about though. That be like mostly water and then some syrup. Don't bring that shit in my crib, bro. Miss Buttersworth is my go-to. That's my baby. That's my main bitch.
So are they
I
going
fuck
to
with a
change?
log cabin too.
Are they going to change her bottle?
Oh, they was talking about that. Look, this bottle do look different already a little bit. But what's wrong with having a little thick chick as your bottle, bro? Like, I don't get it. Look, that's a good little picture of all the syrups here. It's a dog ass album cover. It's getting sticky. That's the name of the album.
Hungry Jack has a syrup.
Just so.
Am I thinking? Hungry Man is what I'm thinking.
Oh yeah, that's what you're thinking. All right, boys. So yesterday was something. What was yesterday? Tuesday, November 3rd.
I started doing more housework.
Okay, awesome. Me too. What else happened?
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Shit.
T'Challa took a shit in the backyard where he wasn't supposed to, so I had to.
I took a nice dump in the backyard.
Oh, the fucking election. The voting was yesterday. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That whole thing.
That whole thing. So tell me this, y'all. And we kind of spoke on it a little bit in the chat before we got here. But currently, at the time that we're recording this, they're down at TCF Bank.
Pull up a map. I want to see where we are right now.
I got you.
We're in Michigan, bro.
Thank you.
Damn, this shit popped right up here. TCF building downtown is counting votes, and people were trying to, I don't know if they still are, breaking that bitch because they was boarding up the windows and shit so that they couldn't see in there and watch people. And they weren't boarding up, they was putting boxes in front of the windows.
Pizza boxes.
Yes.
Like Little Caesars.
So, two things.
That's why I don't fuck with them.
One, why are you covering up these windows? And then two, what y'all gonna do if y'all get in there?
Well, and like, you know, we don't know the
Y'all gonna recount?
So were they chilling outside there when the windows weren't covered, and then when they covered the windows, then they wanted inside?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, there's just not enough data. I mean, those people are, I imagine that they're pricks anyways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they're a bunch of Karens.
Yeah.
And all that jazz.
Did the protest start here or Pennsylvania? Because there was another one going on at the same time, exact same thing.
I didn't even know.
I don't know. I mean, Pennsylvania's got plenty going on with Philly, so.
That's shout outs to Pennsylvania being one of the wildest things. Thank you for popping up. I'll never be able to spell Pennsylvania like off the top of my head.
Why not, man? No, Mississippi. I keep forgetting how many.
I only know how to spell Mississippi because of David Banner. M-I, crooked letter, I, crooked letter, I, humpback, I. That's something she said in a song before.
Yeah, but see, like, I'm always like, M-I, crooked letter, I'm like, M-I, crooked letter, I, crooked letter, crooked letter, I, crooked letter, and I forget, like, the rhythm of it, and then when it stop, and...
So, you motherfuckers really... So break down the stop the count shit, y'all. I just don't get it.
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, I mean, like, I don't know. I haven't looked into it at all. But like, I imagine that it's a premature recount. Like, we feel that something's not going according to plan.
Yeah.
But instead of allowing the process to finish and then demanding a recount, which is the normal thing, it's instant
So they're
gratification.
stopping and then restarting, essentially.
I mean, I have no idea. Don't look at me. I haven't read anything, so because like JJ messaged us about that like not too long ago, right? And that was like the first I had heard about the stop the count.
Oh yeah. I think I just read about it when he had sent it out.
Yeah. So
it says here, you can just take this for what it's worth. Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel, a Democrat, insisted both parties and the public had been given access to the tallying using a robust system of checks and balances to ensure that all ballots are counted fairly and accurately. And then it also says Tuesday night, protests did break out stretching from D.C. to Seattle, but there was no widespread upset or significant violence. So shout outs to Portland for now we can just smoke crack in the streets.
You already could.
So that's one thing that I was thinking too. They're not just when you volunteer for these things. I don't think they asked. Maybe they did ask her what party she was, but when she volunteered for it, like when you're doing.
Oh no, they legally can't.
Yeah. Okay. So
because somebody in this chat group I'm in, like he was saying that they should have equal representatives of Republicans and Democrats to overlook it in there, and somebody came out and was like, no, actually, like that's you legally can't do that. It's supposed to be all like nonpartisan and stuff. So
yeah, your whatever party that you claim you're a part of, it should not affect your
integrity.
Integrity. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, like if your boy didn't win, your boy didn't win. Like
exactly, and
I can't sit there and like be a Gaethje fan and be like, no, Gaethje won that fight. I don't know, bro. He kind of literally tapped.
So the only reason I say that is that it would be super hard to cheat shit like this if everybody. There's obviously going to be more people like the same, probably not the same amount, but a close amount of people who are Democrats and Republicans in here. So who's gonna be cheating? Y'all both just cheating? I don't know. You can't.
Right, I mean, because if you're cheating and they're cheating, you're canceling each other cheating, right? Yeah. I think that it should be much more open though, and that they should have to go ahead and count the votes like on the sidewalk, like right in the street. I just shut down the block.
No, I actually sort of believe that kind of thing. I mean, not literally, but it should be like 2
It was a
people.
warm day today, so like easy to do it outside.
I'm glad you said that. Shout out to November 4th, bro. This 2020, November 4th was a beautiful fucking day, y'all.
And it's good for like the entire week.
That's crazy how
Thursday
good it was.
Probably because hell's
Yeah.
like, man, like the
And
threshold is very
it's
thin.
still Halloween cold than a bitch, bro. Halloween ain't gonna never catch a break, bro. You missed one
It's the
Wednesday.
devil's holiday, bro. It's the devil's holiday. What do you expect?
I expect that devil to heat some shit up, bro. What's up? You ain't all as mighty as you make it out to
Obviously,
be.
you don't know shit about the Germanic version of hell.
You're right. I don't.
Because it's icy.
Okay, you're right.
The Germans they got one thing right.
All right. Well,
Their
guess
solution
what?
was wrong, but hell.
Guess
they-
what?
they-
Satanists, y'all better step y'all game up, man. These Halloweens been too cold, man. That means his presence is not being felt.
I need about 50% more chances.
You're right. What y'all sacrificed this year? Ain't even get up. You ain't sacrificed.
3 goats, 1
Yeah.
Were you not following Wayfair?
What the fuck? Was people sacrificing shit on Wayfair?
They were buying little kids for sacrifice through Wayfair.
Hell no, I ain't know that shit. Fuck Wayfair.
Yeah.
And then as a company that's Wayfair, you be like, we have no control over what people sell. Yes, the fuck you do.
I believe a lot of legislature has been put into place to just cover that because of YouTube and Twitch and all of those things.
But you're saying how you want people outside getting votes.
Yes, exactly. No, I think.
And you gotta be butt naked, no clothes, so you can't hide shit.
Nothing
You
else.
squatting and coughing when you leave and go.
I was gonna say, 'cause you get keister.
Nah, we don't prison wallet votes.
No, I think they could streamline double counting and have it in a more public space so that if something does happen, somebody can say something right away. I don't know if as important as this election is, people should feel like they have a little bit of control.
Yeah. And you know what? The thing that I thought about with this election, they're saying record numbers of people went out and voted, right? Record numbers, and I can feel that. The polls wasn't really like this for Hillary and and him his first go around. It was a good turnout still, but not. How should I put this?
The base wasn't as
Yeah, exactly. The base wasn't interested. The people that I know personally wasn't as interested. Which is, and I don't know why that was. I don't know. Maybe that Obama high just was like, it was like the 230 feeling or something. But this time around, I don't know how much of it is Joe Biden, though, is my question to y'all. Do y'all think, I think that it almost could have been anybody in Biden's position and everybody would have ran to the polls just because you either want to keep Trump in or get Trump out.
100%.
Yeah. it would've-
Like, I knew plenty of Democrats during the primaries who were hardcore against Bernie Sanders, saying that he is bad for the party, but they would have voted blue no matter who. You know what I mean?
That's such a terrible slogan. Vote blue no matter who? What type of clown are you, dog? Oh, man.
It's clown behavior.
It
Like,
is,
straight
bro.
up.
So Hitler come back to life. Gotta get Trump up out of there. He learned his lessons.
If you look at history, those Germans did a lot better under Hitler.
Fucking God.
Okay, bro.
Okay, bro. But yeah, I kind of just felt like, on one hand, I'm actually kind of like impressed. Like one man in my mindset really caused this much like chaos
I think he
in
was
the
one
country.
easy villain for a lot of it.
Yeah. But he ain't doing himself no favors though.
No, there's a lot of
And
times.
I don't not like Trump because he's a Republican or because of what I read on shit. I'll sit down and watch some of your rallies. I don't follow on Twitter, but I see his tweets and shit, and you hear what he's saying. I'm watching the debates, and it's like you just say so much insensitive stuff that I can't like you as a person, and I really don't see how anybody could, but
No, that's
You
why
know,
I
I'm not from where they came from.
I don't fucking care.
That's what I'm saying,
Like-
bro. I don't care neither. But so
Like, specifically, like people who want to go ahead and claim Christian and voting for him and stuff like that. All I need to see is that clip of him mocking the handicapped person, where he's like that and stuff like. No, clearly that's not a good person for me to vote for.
Well, so finish your thought on the easy villain thing that you were saying.
At the same time, you have things like when people said that he told people to drink bleach. That isn't actually what happened. He should have not talked. What he said was absolutely stupid.
Yeah.
But he didn't say drink bleach. He said, I wonder if there's a cleaner we can use inside our body, which is a valid question.
Yeah, in a very ignorant way of putting it.
Exactly.
But
But the platform he was at was not the right place. Maybe when he's off, he's like, hey.
Because he got up there and was like rambling, like coming up with ideas.
Yeah, like,
he just is like saying shit. So
It is not your time to take the things up there.
Read the fucking line. Bro, imagine being Trump's campaign manager and or speechwriter. You in the back, man. At this point, as Trump's speechwriter, I'm not writing shit. I'm just saying,
should be an easy paycheck.
it's an easy ass paycheck.
All it says is go fuck yourself.
But watch, the one time that you're like, you know what, fuck it, I can literally type anything and he's not gonna read it. That'll be the time he reads it, and you read.
Just put a big old M-bomb in there. He ain't gonna read it no way. Listen, you fire like a motherfucker.
That N virus.
Now that would have been curious. What if COVID came from Africa? What would that
To call it an African virus, that would be so terrible.
No. Let's make it even worse.
Oh my god!
What if it had come from the first cases were in Niger? How many people are fucking that up? Like, how many people are innocently fucking that up? And how many people like Trump are like intentionally fucking it up?
Oh my god! I'm so sorry, China, but y'all had to hold that one, bro. Because it really would have been some shit in this country if he was up there talking shit like that, boy. Because you right, bro. That shit from Africa, from Nigeria.
Hey, I'm just imagining how you could mispronounce Nigeria.
I am not doing that because
that's what I'm saying, bro.
If you think it in your head.
You got me. You inceptioned me. But what if it was from Africa? You knew what I was gonna do.
You exactly what you was thinking, motherfucker. Look at this map, though. If you look at this map, it just looked like Trump winning to me. No, that just looked like a whole bunch of red on this bitch. But he getting the important states, so that's what matters. But goddamn,
I can't imagine Biden got Nebraska.
As I was watching it,
I say Donald Trump got 58%. So why is it all red, blue like that?
Is that how they're?
Oh, that's how they do Nebraska. I think I read, and Maine.
Yeah.
You only get partial electoral votes from these two.
It's not like a all or nothing. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
but so at 11:01, all three of these instantly went blue.
Really?
Yeah.
That was easy.
Wait, 0, 0, 0, 0. I mean, they're right, but
Right.
That's funny.
Did LA County do what LA County does? Oh, yep, it sure did.
I feel like it's dishonest, but
Yeah, I don't know. I just be looking at these, but I know it's a whole bunch of little shit up here. Like this little shit up here, that's like you kind of see. Yeah, they'd be like, "Damn, look like you getting your ass beat, bro." I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, well, and so one thing I thought was funny was that article that came out a few days ago, where Bernie Sanders was complaining about how the Democratic Party definitely 100% does not represent the common person and is a party of coastal elites.
He was doing this on Twitter?
No. It was some article in the New York Times, I want to say, and stuff like that. And I'm like, for one, that kind of pissed me off because, bro, how much of a cuck are you?
it is part true. You have people like
No. I think it's 100% true. But he runs as a Democrat in 2016. He's historically an independent. In 2016, he runs as a Democrat. And then he legitimately gets cheated out of the primaries by Clinton in the DNC. And then he ends up endorsing her, going ahead and just licking her boots. And then 4 years later, comes back to the DNC, licks those same boots, and then he ends up losing to Biden here. And you're supporting it all up to like at the end, and then you're going to be actually. They're really out of touch with like the common the person and all that jazz, and like it's just
he thought he could get through to him, bro, and when he didn't, that was his final thoughts. Like, nah, they ain't it. Which is funny though, because I talked to a lot of people, especially older Black people. Biden got they vote. That was the Obama vote, basically, bro. He piggybacked that wave real hard in those primaries. And I didn't, in my head, I just was always like, nah, hell, like, y'all hear, especially after I saw him sit down on Joe Rogan, and I was like, all right, this is a good conversation, this is a good interview.
Wait, who's on Joe Rogan?
Bernie Sanders.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying Biden was.
No.
I missed that.
I would watch that.
Yeah.
I mean,
could he get through? But anyways,
Kanye number 2.
I just was like, I rock with you. I like everything you saying, and most times once you get to actually sit down and listen to people talk, you be like, all right, I see kind of where you was coming from, and especially with Bernie, I was like, I rock with you. So after I seen that, I was like, it ain't really no choice, truthfully. But I started talking to older Black people and older people in general too, and that Obama vote rolled for him, bro. It really did. This year, I mean, when he did it, especially in the primaries. And so, and then now, after he got past the primaries, it's basically just yes and Trump, no Trump.
Yeah. It really just boils down to that. But that's why I really like the idea. And I think some state is going to institute it next time. I can't remember who, but ranked choice. And I think that'd be really beneficial. I mean,
what's ranked choice?
Presidential election, probably not so much, but definitely with the primaries where, all right, so there's 6 people running for the Democratic nomination, right? Like you got Tulsi, Kamala, Biden, Bernie, and what was the name of Corey? Starts with a B. Books or booking or something like that. Whatever. But like, you go ahead and list, this is my top choice, second, third, fourth, and you just go ahead and rank them. And then they go ahead and they tally up everyone's, like there's some magical number that you're supposed
That's
to
like
hit.
how they do the Baseball Hall of Fame. I was wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, so that way you don't have to throw away your vote voting for Bernie when you know that instead of going ahead and backing Biden, you can go ahead and
write those names in, or are they on a ballot and you just...
I don't know how those ballots look, but I would imagine like you would have all those candidates listed, and then you would have like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 dots next to them, like one, and then you just put like, this one's my first, this one's my second, third, and so forth.
Okay.
But...
What did they just did it?
What you said it was called?
That's, I think, ranked choice they call it.
I mean, what if it was like
Maine
other and they
and Massachusetts
ran a second election afterwards of the
like a runoff?
Yeah. Because
candidate A. Okay, so this is basically saying what you were saying. First choice is round 2, so they got rounds for it. Let's see if we can find the actual ballot.
But I mean, like, because for example, like maybe you did really support Klobuchar, but you didn't want to go ahead and just vote for her instead of Bernie or whatever, because you knew it was going to boil down to Bernie versus Biden. So then you could go ahead and vote for her as your first, and then vote for Bernie as your second, and he's still got a vote from you.
Yeah.
And all that jazz.
So, and then do they do like, all right, and then after, if first place votes gets this many points, second place gets this many points, and then whoever got the most points, that's who moves on? because actually in this it looks like there's rounds. So you move on to the next round, then we do the same thing again, then we figure it out. So I don't know if that takes longer to do, or or what.
I think it does take a bit longer to go ahead and tally everything, but like when they say rounds, it's not like you're going ahead and having people come back out and vote. You know, jazz. It's just all right.
It's all like behind the scenes round, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this looks about what you was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that form wouldn't work with anything else. Like it would have to be its own thing, and then you have all the proposals and all that kind of stuff on a second sheet.
Thing, yeah.
But if you're going to do a second sheet, do that now. Like if we had president and then we had everything else, we'd have all of the numbers right now.
Mm-hmm.
Counting it as a single sheet.
Look me up real quick.
Well, I mean,
Speaking of that too, go ahead, my bad.
Oh no, I was just gonna say like I just like it, like and I'm sure that there would be problems to figure out like that, but I just really like it because it allows you to voice your true voice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because there's plenty of people who went ahead and voted for Biden or voted for Trump who like that's not actually who they wanted to win.
So I guess
You know, so they could go ahead and voice that true voice, but they're also scared of the enemy and that sort of thing. And then they could go ahead and also voice their safety bet.
do you have to vote all four? Can you do 1, 2, 3 and fuck no?
I mean, I have to imagine like there wouldn't be a problem with that because like you don't have to go ahead and check every box.
But then what happens when you do 1, 3, 4?
Well, then I guess just no one from your ballot is getting
A second choice point
for that second round,
Yeah.
So like, I would imagine, like, I don't see how that would create any sort of problem at all. It would just be, all right, your first, like, so in this case, candidate A gets a point from you, and then when it comes to the second round, well, you're not giving a point to anyone. And then if it makes it to the third round, then candidate C is getting a...
Yeah, because you can already kind of do that. You can turn in a ballot, and there's parts on there that says choose no more than 4, and you can just put in 2.
Yeah. It doesn't say that you have to choose 4.
You don't have to choose 4. You can just put in your 1 and your 2, and then put your ballot in, so you'll be all right.
Mm-hmm.
But what I was thinking of while I was doing my ballot this year, I was looking at it, and I was like, damn, your position on this ballot is kind of like, prime real estate.
Oh, hell yeah.
like, y'all be paying to get your name to show up first on this list or something, dog? Because, like, I can't help but think that being the first name especially is super advantageous to you getting reelected in a lot of those, like, offices, because we don't know everybody, so I'm like, fuck it, it's the first motherfucker here, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I wonder if they have different batches, so it's not always the exact same order. I think I remember that. I was my dad on Sunday because he ran poll or voting
that would make sense
things for a while, so he'll know. But
yeah,
I
you want
think
to call right now?
Yeah, what's
Well, so once a week already, I'm good.
I was telling Julia, like, for example, the Washtenaw County prosecuting attorney, the guy who was running there was Eli Sabat, I guess his name. I'm guessing is how you pronounce his name. Or hell, the sheriff, Jerry Clayton. They were running unopposed and stuff. And
what if you run unopposed and get 0 votes?
Well, so like, I went ahead and checked those boxes and stuff like that, but I was talking to her, and I mean, I got to flesh it out more and think about it, but like, if you're running unopposed, you're going to win. Why should I give you my vote? Because for one, like, you don't have to convince me of anything.
Right.
There's no contrary position at all, and you're going to win, but why should I go ahead and support that? Because I actually want to see the competition. I want, if a Democrat's running unopposed, I want a Republican to go ahead and make them work harder, make them, be honest and on their A game, right? I mean, like, steel sharpens steel, right?
Yep.
So by going ahead and not voting for those unopposed people, it's like a safe thing to do, but it also allows... Jerry Clayton is a Democrat, and stuff, it allows the Republican Party or third parties to look at that and be, so 10,000 people voted in this area, but only 8,000 voted for him.
Mm.
That's 2,000 who decided consciously to not check that box. We have an opportunity to go ahead and run an alternative platform. You know what I mean? And like just to give them that little glimmer of hope to go ahead and get things going. Because there's only limited funding, right? So you're not going to focus on running everyone for every fucking spot.
And that funding
It's shady as shit.
is shit, bro. And it's so like for shit like that, like I didn't see no Gary Peters commercials until like 2 weeks probably ago, bro. I've been seeing John James commercials for a year straight, dog.
I feel like I've been seeing that for 5 years straight.
And I wanted to say 5 because he did it. He did it in the last election, tried to get in there, and then didn't. But then he kicked that shit back up, dog. So where are you getting your money from?
I would only vote for him if he was on stage at a rally and he turned into like a transformer into a tech chopper, like the one that's always in his commercial. I want to know that chopper in the background is actually him.
Yeah, that's fire. So, and then one of the things about John James is when I go to my barbershop, I don't know if I told y'all this, all the dudes in my barbershop, they older dudes. So like my barber 55 and everybody else that come in there is basically his age. The only younger dudes is me, Mario, and Hop. And all of them gonna be like, fuck his daddy. Like they know his daddy. Like,
oh, wow.
He's a piece of shit. And his son's just like him. And like, cause I guess his dad did I don't know, a lot of people work for his dad. I don't know in what capacity, but they always just talk about how his dad treated people like shit and his son act the same way. So like I was getting like a lot of personal I'm like, all right, bro, just make sure you keep cutting my hair, dog. Nick me up, bro. But Rich is a consummate professional. He would never do that. But yeah, so I sit down and I see people have these conversations with real experience with not only you but your father. So like it's a generational assholeness that y'all got going on. And then you still this close. Like he could still win. He probably, I don't know what the rankings is right now, but him and Gary is basically neck and neck last time I checked. And it's like, and I don't know shit about Gary Peters neither. But if all you see is this motherfucker John Jones, you know he Republican, I'm a Republican.
And he's not the good John Jones.
Yeah. John James, my man. Not the good John. Ain't no good John Jones.
When you put it that way.
John James ass. But all you see is commercials. He Republican, I'm Republican. You just gonna vote for the motherfucker. Nah, you don't got no personal experience with him. Why not? He an Army veteran. He got the Trump stamp of approval. Trump even tweeted about him today too.
Yeah, so that's the funny thing to me is that like I don't care if you're a Republican or if you're a Democrat. I'll go ahead and give you an equal look. But as soon as you get Trump sealing approval, I know that you're not Team Jake. Like, okay, well, you're out.
And I wouldn't even say that because, like, I only would say that in politics, and I have to think about this, but I feel like politics is the only place where you don't just get an endorsement from the president. You got to go talk to him, prove to him why you should get his endorsement, and then he going to give it to you. You know what I'm saying? And another issue is they were talking in the barbershop. They were saying he just jumping up to the Senate. They was like, he ain't even doing nothing else before this to try to become a senator. He ain't putting no dues in or nothing. He just trying to take this spot. And so that's also crazy to me. Like, what's going on?
He just wants to like be there. I want to be part of the gang now.
Well, don't you think that you should have some? And this goes to how Trump even got in. I kind of think you need a little experience in the field, bro, before you get a certain job. Dog.
Well, the funny thing to me is that,
or am I crazy?
I thought of that Kanye meme.
Which one?
What do I do once I win? What do presidents do?
but like,
what do presidents do?
One of the things that fucks me up is that like, I don't know what he does or anything that he has done other than that he flew a helicopter. and all that jazz. Not to disparage vets or anything, but like, what have you done and stuff?
Yeah.
And these elections take a lot of money.
And you're a lot of fucking money, especially for the advertising he's doing.
Oh yeah, and like I said, like again, I feel like I've heard about him consistently for 5 fucking years, and that takes a shit ton of money. So again, where is this money coming from? And then you're, like this black dude who's got the Trump seal of approval running as a Republican, like. I can't help but feel that like you're a token black guy.
Picture, and that's I was gonna get there.
Like they're just playing you.
Yeah, bro. Like you everything that they want you to be, bro. You got the Trump seal. I hate this face. If I didn't know you, and I hate this face so much. You got the white wife. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like he checked all the boxes, bro.
So
nothing wrong, nothing wrong with interracial dating, but that's just a box that they be wanting you to check off, bro. Like,
right, so it's a miracle his name's not Tom.
Yeah.
James.
Shout outs to all the black guys named Tom whose sisters have a kid, and now you gotta be called, hey, Uncle Tom, for the rest of your motherfucking natural born life. Hey, that's my Uncle Tom. Don't you fucking call me that.
It's Uncle T.
Yeah. Mr. T, Mr. Thomas. Mr. T or Mr. Thomas. I don't know. I'll go with Mr. T. Imagine having to call your own uncle Mr.
Mr. Thomas.
Go back to Trump and the villain thing.
Yeah.
I think that's one of like the useful things, if you can even put it that way, about him is like how much he's like exposed just about the way everything's set up.
Yeah.
Like we expect you to go ahead and not just throw a bunch of kids in these cells down on the border, but he didn't build them.
Right. I didn't build them. Who built them, Joe? Who built the cages, Joe? I just put the people in them. That's what he was saying at the debate.
Right. Well, I mean,
Joe Biden was like, you throwing kids in cages. Trump was like, who built them? Who built them, Joe?
Point. I mean,
yeah, that's a good point. This is what I'm telling you. Stop trying to play this game with this man, bro.
Right.
You going into his territory. He beat your ass over there.
Look, and
because he ain't had no response when he asked him.
Biden is already at a handicap.
Yeah, 77 and 74. I just want everybody to remember that. That's the ages of the two dudes running for president right now.
The best we can produce.
77 and 74.
Yeah.
What would the optimal age be?
50.
Not that.
I think that mid 40s to 50s.
I think that might be too early.
Nah, I think that
I think 50 to 60 would be like that range.
I would say, and the only reason I say 45 is because there are exceptional people out there that I think would be
for sure
amply prepared.
That means in 7 years I could run.
That's what I'm go ahead, buddy.
Well, I mean,
but imagine this: you're Joe Biden
legally.
at 77. You about to do 8 years in the presidency? Come on, bruh. How old you about to be after these 8 years? Are you about to be
right? I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Look at Obama, how he aged,
and that's what I'm saying. Look at that, bro. How
And he
old was
was
Obama
young.
when he first got into?
he was in his 40s, I think.
That's what I'm saying. You get an
Sanders did
Obama.
that too, right? He went from looking old to like Crypt Keeper.
I'm pretty sure every single one of these motherfuckers will get in there.
I mean, it's stress.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And it's 24/7,
So he's 59 now.
365.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So go ahead and subtract what, 12 then?
Yeah.
So yeah, he was 47.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. You get dudes like that who charismatic and you gotta be there, bro. It's a certain amount of energy you still need to have in order to do the job effectively. I think, bro.
Yeah, that's a good point. Just keeping up the energy levels, and that's something that I
Go ahead and take y'all some that bull shark testosterone. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no PEDs in politics, bro. You do whatever you need to do,
bro.
What's some other shit that give you energy? I don't know.
Well, like that testosterone, get some of that testosterone replacement therapy and some stem cells. And
Mr. President, your 230 cocaine is here.
I think that there
Hitler
was
had
like
random
Dog, all this Hitler talk on this podcast will get us destroyed.
but I think there was some talk about Trump and Adderall, but
They're going Adderall.
I
We
was
gotta talk about that one day and how it is ruining the gaming community. It has been for a long time.
I was thinking about it, and people talking about wanting like to
That
hold
neck
off on kids.
That neck itch?
No,
Oh, okay.
don't worry about that. But people wanting to hold off on kids until they're older and all that jazz. And it got me thinking, like, well, if you're being deprived of sleep, up all night with the kid and all that, if you're younger, you can bounce back from that. Just that you
Bouncing
can't,
back, bro.
yeah,
Yep.
and stuff. As you're older, it hits you different. So being president and being older, being 77, like going ahead and trying to stay up late because you got this, SEAL Team 6.
Yep.
It's about to happen.
What about if somebody wakes him up? We have a missile on the way. It's going to be here in 45 minutes. Go.
Yep.
And he's like booting.
From where? Doesn't matter. We have
That loading bar on a 77-year-old body is AOL dial-up style, bro. He just sits up and he's just like.
They just look at each other and they're like, someone call Kamala.
I imagine the Austin Powers opening scene when they unfreeze him and he's pissing for like 45 seconds.
That motherfucker pissed for a minute. Shout out to Austin Powers. But that shit, it's just ridiculous to me that people this old would even want to be president, let alone getting elected to be. But that's where we are today, y'all. So I don't know what to tell y'all.
Yeah. But I also, one of those things I
think this is I'm sorry. How old was Clinton when he got in? I don't think he was probably like 50, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think that these might
God,
be
I feel
like,
awful.
hopefully these are just like little outliers here.
I think
But Junior was young, right?
Yeah, Bush. That's what I'm about to ask too. Yeah.
I feel like it's the last, like part of the last, like the death rattle of the boomers. Like they still, like there's still a significant portion of the population, especially the voting population, because younger people tend not to vote as much.
Yeah.
And stuff. So that's why their people are the ones getting through and filtering up to the top. So I don't know if this is the last batch of these old fucks that we got to deal with, and then we could get some Gen Xers up in here.
That Jake versus the boomers is real, bro. We got to make a video game. Can we make a flash game? Can we have
10 more years?
Can we make a flash
that sort of
game,
power?
Wazzy, of Jake, a side-scrolling flash game of Jake just fighting through all the fucking boomers in the world, bro? Something fire. Who's the boomer? Who's the boomer?
I imagine a Contra type thing.
Yeah, bro. Yes, bro. Yes. Who is the boomer? Who's the ultimate boss at the end of the?
Who's
Jake
the
versus
super boomer?
Yeah.
Oh fuck!
Like, who's the boss who raises your taxes at the beginning of the game and then makes you have to pay for all this shit? Who's the boss that ruins your economy and then lives good, and that's why you got to fight through to get to him at the end of the game?
And all of his attacks are uphill both ways. Like, as soon as you turn to walk the other way, all the way uphill again.
Damn,
That's a good question. I'd have to think about it because like there's plenty of people I'm not too happy with, but I'm like.
Love how you put that.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me.
All right, we'll come back to it.
But can't remember what I was gonna say.
What I heard from your mouth.
What's also funny is I'll go online and I'll just talking to people. You'll hear people say shit like, "I'm not voting because my vote don't matter." and then the person that they, but I know who I know, like, so we'll just take Trump for example, right? They'll say I don't vote because my vote don't matter, but I know that they don't like Trump and they don't want Trump to be the president, right? I know this because I've talked to them. These are my friends.
I don't want either of them, and I do plan on voting like next time. I am trying to get more into it.
We'll be still going in. We'll get more informed as we go too, but it's not even, it's because this ain't like you. This is somebody who is just. So let me start like what I was saying. They say they don't vote because they vote don't matter, but they don't want Trump to be in the office, right? And then say Trump wins like he did the first time. All they say is, "See, I told you your vote don't matter."
No,
how does that prove? Yeah, how does that? How could that even prove your point, bro? I think that doesn't prove your point at all.
If there was one candidate that I felt had a good platform, I'd probably go register and vote, just so that we didn't have.
Damn, you registered? Oh man, stay off the grid. Fuck the government.
I can still got a social security number.
How many times have you done jury duty?
Oh yeah, none. Damn, hold on, bro. Relax, dog. Don't even bring that shit up.
There's no way you have to knock your dick or something, bro.
That's no drywall count as wood, bro. Nope. What's this?
That's that phone.
Right there. I brought it over.
Had to hit that. Do not wish that on me, Ricky Bobby.
But no, I mean, I think regardless of how you feel about anything, even if you don't support either one of these guys,
I should have registered and voted for, what was it, Joe? What's the third party dude? John?
Which one? I mean, because for libertarians, you got Joe Jorgensen.
Yeah, that guy. I mean,
it's a woman, but
okay. I don't follow it. I'm 100% ignorant, and I'm 100% okay admitting.
No. What I was gonna say is, like, I don't even at the very least vote down the ballot on those proposals and stuff like that. I mean, because you can.
Bro, that 2020 that proposal,
that Prop 2.
Yeah, that Prop 2
went through.
Yeah, easily. But it was almost so easy that I'm wondering, like, is there some
one answer.
There is like
no. I'm thinking the same thing because
what's the print on this? Dog?
That's what I saw with Proposal 1, which was about oil and gas.
No, parks.
Yeah.
Proposal 1's about buying land.
No. The one of them is about, I don't know if it's one, but the one you're talking about where you can use the tax money from oil and gas to
for the
pay for park stuff.
Yeah. So the park one.
Right, but it has to do. But
I didn't know what. Yeah.
The oil and gas thing is important because I looked into it a bit.
Fuck, I should have looked into it.
The no side was all supported by these conservation groups like the Sierra Club and stuff. Mm-hmm. And they were saying that what is actually going on is that they're rerouting money from the preservation of the parks to actually developing parks into money-making endeavors and stuff like that.
I thought, no, it was all about rebuilding. I mean, okay, well, from what I read. So Ballotpedia, or do a search for Ballotpedia 2020 Michigan.
But so then I was like, all right, I read the no side, what's the yes side? And boy, did they have a nice-ass website. That no side didn't have a nice website at all. And they had a nice-ass website going ahead and convincing you...
Actually,
and all that jazz.
I might have. Oh, yeah.
So that immediately made me super suspicious. Okay, so the moneyed side is the yes side, and this also has to do with oil and gas money.
Yes, is they're allocating at least 25% to developing, right?
Right. Well, I mean, but that's coming out of another bucket that they had already set aside constitutionally, because this is an edit of the Michigan State Constitution, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Which those things always make me nervous anyways, like best case scenario, like that's something that you shouldn't be like dicking around with too often.
All right, so yeah, this was one right here.
Is there a good resource that will show both sides equal?
Right.
Because the one I found was good, but it was very
I always go ahead and
Spark
tell
notes.
everyone, League of Women Voters. They have a voting guide that they even were telling.
Is it like .com or something?
Yeah, so-
LWV.org.
Yeah, and then you'll want to click on.
Shout outs to the ads.
Like if you, the visit. It's actually the vote411.org.
Right.
But
vote411.org.
dude, like they
They
had
got official results on here too.
they had sent.
Find out what's on your ballot. Nice.
Yeah, they send out questions to all of these people. They had sent it to my own
It's a
local.
nice little website too. I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, they had even gone ahead and like sent out those questions to my local city board of education people who were running and stuff. So I got to go ahead and read from them as well. And it's always the same questions to all the different people running for an office, which I like. It's a nice clear-cut sort of thing.
Same question to different people. So like they're getting the exact same.
Yeah, so John James gets the same worded question as Gary Peters and stuff, because I hate it, because a lot of those...
It's bias.
Exactly.
It's literal bias.
Yeah, and I don't feel a whole lot of bias. Like, I mean, obviously, like, they do have a side that they take. I mean, it's the League of Women Voters, but
Another thing
that they don't allow that, from what I've seen, to actually influence like their survey taking
Okay.
and all that jazz. And then they also provide you with links to these people's Facebook pages, their websites, their Twitter, and all that jazz, so that you can do a deeper dive on the individuals if they have those.
Okay, but this linked back to us. Is that and
Wait,
No. I just went back.
Okay.
Yeah. This is
so for example, if we wanted to look at Prop 2 to see what we gain if we said no,
right.
is that here?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know where though.
Well, wait. Where?
I went to 401.
Yeah, but you went to the official results.
Yeah.
So go back.
Yeah, let's hit back real quick. What's going on in this bitch?
Um,
all right.
And find what's on your ballot.
All right. God damn it.
Why don't you
I know where you live now.
No shit, they almost did too. If I didn't bleep it out last week. My goofy, you was like, hey, you might want to blank that out, man. Go to my races.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what's on here. All right, proposals.
Yeah. So you can go.
Proposal 1, more selection, bro. Fucking, watch out. Let me
Well,
let
and
people see. Bro.
and then you
Let
got
me
the
let
links
people
there.
See, bro. It really does show
And,
no.
and they're trying to poll right here, right?
Yeah.
They're trying to get their own internal polling.
Mhm.
Probably.
Yeah. No doubt.
Make a change.
But also the nice thing is that, like, as you're going through, if you're checking those boxes, they produce you a list of who you went ahead and chose, so that you can print that out, take it with you, or what have you. Because like I went ahead and wrote down all my stuff, so I just had to sit down and do.
So you did like a mock test, basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
The old test SAT or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
bullshit
Yeah,
was.
so this does break down what yes and no.
Okay, I like this.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah, I really respect
Vote411.org.
Yeah.
I
This
wish
will be,
that news was everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure we print this off and not print this off. I don't know.
Link it?
Yeah, link it, but also I'm gonna post up this section of our thing somewhere else separately too.
And I mean, like, I've been aware of it ever since like I first.
Too late now though, but next time. Next time. Because I see this, Jake, and I can also see somebody making the case for why would we stop using oil and gas? You know how people are trying to, trying to convert to more environmentally safe ways of using shit. You'd be like, oil and gas been paying for y'all parks for the last, 4 years, 8 years, however long this shit stays past for. Why would we get rid of it? We gave y'all $800 million. Like, you can use this now as a reason for not getting rid of these things that you're like, this shit is still fucking up. Because in my head, when I checked it, I'm like, y'all gonna get this money anyway.
Right.
Why not give it to give something to the parks? But now I think about it, like, y'all, you just making excuses for yourselves.
This site looks great for people who are not political and want to know what to do.
Yeah, it does. This is a
which is
great
me.
site. Yeah.
Yeah, like you're not political, but you want to be informed.
And it's got everything on here. It shows people how to vote. Like when I went to Michigan, it was showing you how to vote if you was in the military, how to do your absentee ballot, how to track your absentee ballots and shit. See the status of them. This is a great resource right here, guys. All right, let's move on to something else. Wazzy, what you working with this week, baby? Give
I
me
mean, we're
something.
already at hours, so.
That's all right. It's only 8:13.
A lot of housework.
Mm.
Fixed my front gutters and back gutters, cleaned out my
What you
basement,
mean you fixed the gutters?
re-drilled the nails. I've got marks all over.
You was on the ladder? You was on a ladder, bro?
Yeah.
Bro, you gotta call somebody over to be your support when you do
I
shit
know.
like that,
It
bro.
supports it.
No, bro, I'm talking about.
He's
I had 0 accidents on the
Bro,
ladder.
I just you see
Everything
that
else-
bruise?
Yeah.
What you mean 0 accidents, bro?
on the ladder.
This was in the basement.
That was
I've got a giant goose egg back here from a battery falling on me. What are those
Like a
18
car
volt bricks? No, like a Black & Decker. I accidentally knocked it over onto the back of my head.
Jesus
bro.
Christ.
So you-
cheers to Wazzy still being alive
Yeah.
this week, yo. God.
You don't know.
Damn, bro.
You know, that's like as good of as any reason to get married, bro.
Well, I'm kind of one step before that.
Just to have somebody to inherit.
Just a permanent spot.
And you know what, Wazzy? This is what I'm gonna do. You write your will right now and give me everything that you got. And then I will spend the rest of my life finding the woman that you would have fell in love with and married, and I'm gonna give it to her. I'm gonna do that for you.
Oh.
Wait, why are you gonna fuck the girl that I'm supposed to?
Fuck it. What?
I mean, that's what it sounds
Well,
like.
first of all, I might have to fuck her just to make sure, you know? Like, I would be in that pussy like, you probably love this. You gotta try it out. You gotta try it out first.
It's pumped.
And then after that, but it's only one time. It's only one time. I gotta try it out just to make sure it's your type of pussy. And then after that, I'm not touching her no more.
There
We're
are
just gonna be
so
good
many
friends.
questions I don't want to
Hurry
ask
up.
all of that.
But yeah, write me in your will, and I'll give the girl your dreams.
What do you want?
Huh?
What do you want?
Everything. Just
You want everything.
yeah, I'm gonna take care of it. Ain't nobody else gonna take care of it. And
That's probably true.
I don't use. I got everything I need, so I'm not. Everybody else gonna use it for greedy shit. I'm gonna use it to what it's for, and I'm gonna search the world. And because right now I'm thinking, I think your girl is here somewhere, but I think we might be able to find you somebody over in Europe too. So I'm gonna travel to Italy or something, France. Just
Ooh,
I
I
I think with Polish or.
Poland. Yeah, get back to the roots. You Polish, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually had the 23andMe numbers just update, and I'm actually more Polish than I was last.
Yeah, my shit updated a little bit ago too,
I should look at mine.
and I'm like more. I forgot what it was. But go ahead and say it, because you just started, and that means you said it again.
No. I was just really curious. Like, what could this be? Like, I found out that I was more Greek than I thought.
I had Norwegian in me when I first looked them up too. What's the damn website for this shit? My Heritage? I'm not doing this
Probably
right now.
23andMe.
Yeah.
That's what I guess.
Without the space.
Or in Google.
That's funny.
Wazzy, do you know anything about like where in Poland? Like were they more northern, more southern?
Southeast, I think.
Okay, so like kind of like
Look
along
at
the
how-
Carpathians.
Your shit look like a dick poking through the jeans, bro. Put your mic back from off the pop
No,
screen,
man.
bro. Look at you guys.
I like that
You got a
bulge.
fucking bulge in your pop screen,
You
bro.
don't like the bulge?
I mean, if he wants a little sticky in his mouth, we're not going to judge.
Dude,
Oh, they have
so-
a whole new. Okay, they just redesigned everything.
You got that?
Yeah.
Maybe I should download that. Yeah.
But yeah, Polish. Basically, I'm Polish, Irish, and British.
Has anybody contacted you on the app and try to tell you anything, or
One person did, but
you ignored that?
it's 23andMe. It's not to Tinder. You can't use it that way.
Well, I mean, and if you are, it's like,
I mean,
if you are though, it's a rather interesting little thing they're in it. Like, hey, so we matched. So what are you doing? Well, I mean, we matched because we're cousins.
yeah.
And our fourth cousin's even cousins.
Well, first cousin removed is your parents'
What the-
cousin's kids, right?
Sure.
Sure.
So like 23andMe has like a whole chart now. I signed up for the premium because why not? I'll give it a year, see if I get anything useful out of it. But it has like a whole tree and everything, so
Nice.
I don't know if it's worth it, but
Well, so the reason I asked was because my one buddy, his wife is like Southern Polish and stuff, and he was telling me about how, because we were talking about the Carpathians a little bit, and I was telling him a little bit about like the Ruthenians or the Rusines, which like they're also known as Carpatho-Russians, and so he looked them up a little bit, and he's like, dude, like this is like my wife. And then like it got me thinking about just like who exactly are these people, because I mean like, they're not Russians, but they're Russian-esque, and from the Carpathian region, like yeah, so like that hits right up into southern Poland and like Ukraine and stuff like that, and their culture is actually like, especially looking at some of their folkwear and like the designs and motifs and stuff like that, is really reminiscent of Hungary, which is right on the other side of the mountains there.
Pulled up the results and your bitch ass.
Oh yeah, over by Krakow there. Yeah, so
You said crack alley.
yeah, Krakow. Yeah. So Slovakia is was a new thing that was made up after World War I, because that was part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire and stuff. So there's like tons of Hungarians who live there still, and like some refuse to call it Slovakia, and they'll write down their address as like Northern Hungary.
Yeah, that's fire.
They're like, fuck that, I don't care that you went ahead and redrew the lines. Who the fuck are you anyways?
I mean, US has done that.
I'm about to say, it's imagine being, I don't know, like Texas and just be like, nah.
Well, Texas was part of Mexico.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we're just northern Mexico. Fuck you, what you talking about?
Well, there was also some of the concerns about that border wall and stuff. Is that like, well, no, this land is actually indigenous, native,
So what happens
American.
when we sell Texas?
That's a great question. And how much are we selling it for?
$1.
Because like there was some tribes that like are right on the border, and like part of their reservation is on our
Florida in
side.
there with that.
No. We have to pay people to take Florida. Hey, we'll give you $1,000 if you just take Florida for a day, go out to the beach, hide somewhere.
We'll give you our best NBA players so y'all can be good at some sports. And
We'll give you booze money.
Yeah.
We'll give you Uber money. You just take them out, go have fun somewhere.
So what was you doing all this work on your crib for? Just to get your
How much
the
was-
property value up?
I didn't know.
How much of a pain of a dick was it hanging the gutters, like doing that?
I can't believe how out of shape I am. Like climbing up ladders. I see why people hate stair steppers. I was tired because I did it yesterday and I did it today. So it's just drilling. It's drilling new holes and hammering in new like spikes basically. So it's not that bad. I think the front was like 30 minutes. Yeah.
Damn.
It's that Polish spike, bro.
No, yeah. Front was maybe 30 minutes. Back was a half hour. I was re-adding. Yeah, I just got that, as I said. I'm okay with that.
Fucking Tito Ortiz over here.
My boy Watson, keep on going. Got the long spike, hit it from the back for about 30, hit it from the front for about 20.
Did you not hear what he said?
What did he say?
The front was about 30 minutes. The back was about a half hour.
Yeah.
You know 30 minutes ain't the same as a half hour. See, 30 minutes feel fast. A half hour feel long as hell. When you tell somebody it was a half hour,
Work that front for 80 minutes, flip your arm over, work that back for a half hour. That back 9.
that motherfucker, that's funny. And don't call my man Tito Ortiz, because Tito was fucking up. Anyways, continue, Ozzy. That's funny.
I don't know. I felt motivated.
That'd be good.
And I completely rearranged my bedroom, stubbed one of my toes, almost broke it because I moved it 10 inches over to one side.
Like your toe went 10 inches?
No,
Oh.
I moved the.
Took me a second.
I was like, how big I'm like, no, motherfucker, your shit is broke. Ain't no almost broke your shit.
It's not even attached anymore.
So
My big toe ended up.
this is not broken. It's just gone. That's not a break. I don't know. Maybe your shit.
It's gone.
That's funny.
Wazzy on 9 toes over here.
Welcome to the No Consensus Podcast. I got on 9 toes.
2019.
Anyways, I feel that though. But how good do you feel after you do shit like that, bro?
Tired.
Yeah, but
Very tired and bad.
nah, I'm talking about the feeling of accomplishment after you get your lazy ass up and do something. I'll be like, Mike, you did that shit, bro. Even after I get done editing the podcast and finish and uploading them, I'll be like, all right, you did something today, bro.
Right.
Fucking keep going.
So for like the first 3 quarters of the world right now, I would make sure that for about an hour a day, I would do something around the house, just some sort of positive momentum of myself that had stopped about 2 or 3 months ago. So I'm trying to get back into that swing, get working out in a little bit every day, half hour.
You got a what you got at the crib? You got a bike or something?
I have a bench. I have a bike. I have curls. I have.
Oh, we know you got curls. You brought all over it.
That curl right there is so sexy. That's crazy. Look at the curl! That motherfucker! Come on, ladies. Come on now. He got that Polish spike too, you know what I'm saying? He gonna give you 30 from the front, a half hour from the back. Don't tell him about that, my man.
No.
Don't tell him about
The
that.
Polish spike is not.
He got that pierogi for your asses. Come on now.
Oh, boy. That's a whole kind of something right there. Sauerkraut filled.
So, I'm glad you said that, Wazzy, because you got to find like external stuff. You still working every day, so do you complete tasks at work
I
try to
get at home.
Okay, so I'm gonna bleep that out so that Bob don't hear that. But he probably playing with you. Shit, let's get it in. But I guess what I want to get at is like after you do a job for so long, it do become like hard to find motivation.
Have you marked it up yet?
Yeah, have you marked it up yet? Or doing stuff at your job still give you that same satisfaction that you would?
No, I mean I want to do stuff around my house that helps me.
Everything you do right now helps somebody else.
Yeah, for work you mean? Yeah. I want to do something just for me. It puts where I am now further ahead than where I was an hour ago. Something as simple as right now I have a corner in my basement for all of the shit that I want to donate once everything opens back up, because Goodwill, there's nothing near me. And
Really?
Yeah, I think it's closed. Not sure about Salvation Army. I don't know where to go right now, and I kind of want to wait until everything opens back up.
Same.
Just
You got shit too?
Just a little bit. Yeah.
I might know some places.
But I mean, I got the church and everything.
I'm about to say the church is always.
But like we got like a ton of clothes right now because like we don't have like the normal, like we used to have like a big rack where like when people would come in for the meal, like they could go ahead and like browse through it and stuff and take X, Y, and Z.
Oh, you mean at the church?
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
And stuff. But like since we can't go ahead and hold meals like that, and it's just like a to-go sort of system. Like there's just not that opportunity.
I mean, like I don't even care about the tax deductions or anything. I want somebody else to have it that'll enjoy it, because otherwise I'm trashing it because I don't care about the items that I want to donate.
It doesn't spark joy.
No, I would rather somebody else enjoy the teacups that my grandma found at little.
Wait, you got a teacup?
Oh, I got some
like
teacups.
porcelain.
You might.
Yeah.
I mean, if you actually want them, you can have all of them.
Yeah, send some pics.
Yeah, send some pics, bro.
They're like
Do they get, like-
dainty. They're like super fucking dainty.
Right, that's the daintier the better, bro.
Like if I hold it, it may break. because I drop everything.
Well, I was gonna say, they got like the little saucers or whatever. Oh, all right, all right.
That boy got some shit.
We're going to like rock paper.
No. I'm only getting them so I can sell them to somebody because I know they're worth something. You can have them to use them if you don't use them.
If you guys want to sell it, I don't care. Again, I don't. It's just not.
Right.
I want somebody else to have them, and I don't want to toss it because it's a waste.
Send me some pics. I'll show Julia and stuff and make sure that the boss approves. But yeah, like I've been actually really interested in like some teacups, especially with like the saucers.
Okay.
You know.
I had a bunch of Balik ones, so those are gone, which are Irish, but there's English, mostly English teacups, I believe.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll send you a picture when I get home. Throw me a
reminder.
Yeah, because I'll forget.
You doing the reminder? Or you want me?
Forgetting about what?
Teacups. Dainty, dandy teacups. Yeah, I was going ahead and doing some yard work like over the weekend. It's one of the things that kind of is irritating me about just how short the days are. Is like, oh, okay, well, like I'm done with work. Can't really go ahead and rake up those leaves now.
Well, and that was why I took care of my gutters in the middle of the day. Well, first I did it yesterday because I'm like, oh, fuck, it's like 60 degrees. I better go do something because we're not going to have this. And then I looked at the calendar today and I'm like, oh, we got a week of this. So, but I went during the day. Plus, it's work. I need that hour of not work.
No, that makes sense. Yep. Because I don't know if I'm gonna rake my leaves, y'all. But,
You got to.
Oh, fuck that, bro. I got a
at
blower.
least,
I might try to blow them or something.
well, I mean, at the very least, I would say hit it with the lawnmower.
Yeah.
Go ahead and bust them up mulch it up. Which that's good for the.
Damn, I thought I was done cutting the grass.
Nope. I went ahead and just the other day flipped the lawnmower on over. Like I siphoned all the gas, flipped her on over to like prep her for winter, and was scraping all that shit off the bottom.
Did you get a new blade or?
I'm going to get a new one, obviously. That hoe is tore up.
I'm like, yeah, you can't, Jarvin.
But no, like it was funny because I went ahead and had raked the leaves in the back, and I took the push broom Saturday to the driveway, and I was
Did you do anything with it, or you just dropped it off?
No, I just took it to the driveway. And I dropped it. And I expected, like I used to be a big fan of Fantasia. I grew up watching Fantasia, and I remember that scene. So I thought he was just going to do it. So I went inside,
Multiply and just
had a couple of beers. I watched a little bit of Joe Rogan, and then I came back on outside, and that shit was still a fucking mess. It was unacceptable.
Dude, it's unacceptable.
Yeah,
we gotta go there and jump your bro. Just dump that motherfucker out. But these nuts.
like growing up. I grew up on a dirt road, and we didn't have a paved driveway or anything like that. It was gravel. I don't, and then I'm right off a main street and stuff like that. So I'm out here with a push broom, going ahead and sweeping my driveway. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone doing that.
Is it asphalt, concrete, or slabs? Or,
Well, if you come on over.
If it wasn't like 5 minutes before.
It's
it was like 8 hours before.
It was
It was the same day though, so I'll still give you the benefit.
I was in super chill mode at that point anyways for other reasons.
And I didn't jump on your ass like I usually do.
But yeah, I mean, I don't have the couch yet.
No.
Either. I mean, but it's asphalt. So
it's like a single.
Yeah.
Okay.
And stuff. So
I've never broomed a.
But so like I'm for one, like I'm not gonna go ahead and rake these leaves off of it because it's not like it's grass. The rake's not gonna function like in the same sort of manner. Here, I'm telling a story, man. I can't focus on.
There's wind, right? Like they'll eventually just go away.
Oh
my god.
Yeah. Tell that to my neighbor. His yard looks like shit. Looks like fucking trash because that's her mentality. But like I'm sitting there, and also in the
what's best for the environment?
It looks like shit. But in addition to that, like where the grass meets the driveway, there's like all of these bunched up nasty ass leaves that weren't from this year, but were from years past. you know, so like, I mean, you can just let things sit there, but like, they also like just sit there. They don't just magically go to the
I thought they did dissolve into.
But what I'm saying is that like I don't know what to do.
I feel you.
But I know that what it looks like is not what it's supposed to look like. So I'm out there going ahead and
mow
doing
over them.
But I'm out there going ahead and doing something about it, and then I look over at my neighbor and I'm like, oh, well, like they're not doing anything at all and stuff, and like it just made me kind of think about like it's important to surround yourself with like beautiful things because I don't have to know.
That's where we're going. Okay.
Well, like I don't have to know what exactly like it helps me go ahead and know like, well, what my yard looks like is not what it's supposed to look like, you know what I mean? And then I can do something and figure out how to fucking get there. Maybe it is going ahead and hitting it with the lawnmower, but I know it's not what that one's doing, you know what I mean? And stuff, and
right,
like
facts.
Yeah, it was just like
it's what I was telling you though. When I was out during the summer
for me right now.
Yeah.
God damn it.
But that's what I was telling y'all. During summer, when I was out there digging up everything so that we can get the mulch down with the bushes in there. Like, as soon as I'm done, we laying breaking shit, and all of a sudden I see everybody outside looking at their yard. And now y'all want to be outside fixing y'all shit up. Like, because y'all feel embarrassed at some point. Like,
yesterday, I'm like, all right, nobody's out. I'll go take care of the gutters quickly. As soon as I walk out, everybody and their mother's out. I'm like, there's like 4 dogs walking. There's 8 people over there. I'm on a tiny subdivision. Why is everybody?
That's beautiful, man. You go ahead, dude. I'm a weirdo when people go ahead and walk on by. Like I make sure to stop what I'm doing. Like, I'm that fucking weirdo. Don't walk by my house if you don't want to say
that is
hi.
the opposite of what. Look, I'll say hi. I don't.
I'm not engaging in the conversation, but I will go ahead and be like, you know, hey, how you doing? You know, good. How you doing?
You know who else is still engaging in conversations? These motherfuckers walking down the street asking if you voted yet. Why did somebody knock on my door today?
I got a text message
asking me, did you vote? Why does it matter now, y'all? Whether I voted or not, the numbers are the numbers. Go home and watch on TV like everybody else. Stop trying to get y'all projections in to tell Biden, we think you got this one. Like, all of this shit, these numbers y'all get, and I didn't mean to get back on this, but this dude just pissed me off. I'm in here with my son watching Rugrats, having a good time, and now I gotta answer the door because he's seen the TV on, he hear me talking, and I gotta answer your fucking questions about some shit that's over. Motherfucker, the game is
done. You can tell him to go away.
You should have told him like, oh hell yeah, I went ahead and voted. I voted yesterday. I voted for Reptar. Right, Reptar. Reptar 2020.
Skeletor will definitely be our new supreme leader.
Okay, bro, Reptar and Skeletor as your president and vice president. Your country's going places, bro.
Skeletor is the vice president. Like, that's funny.
Skeletor has always been a beta ass bitch anyway, so it's alright.
When you put it that way, makes sense.
But yeah, I just go home, y'all. Stop walking these streets. It's over.
I was watching Twitch yesterday at 11:30. I got an ad on Twitch to remind me to go vote for Michigan.
Oh my god!
You closed like 3 hours ago.
I remember my text. Daniel, it's urgent. Get to the polls now.
That Daniel thread was amazing.
You know,
Thanks was amazing too.
I was totally going ahead and reply to, because I got like 6 texts yesterday.
Jeez.
But they all said hi Julia. So I was gonna go ahead and like jokingly say like, hell yeah, I went ahead and voted Trump train 2020. but like I didn't want it to be like in her name sort of thing. So I'm like, I won't do that to her.
Julia, we know that you voted for Trump last election, but would you please mind thinking about... Julia's like, why the fuck did they send me this?
These young immigrant women are going ahead and voting for Trump. What? Melania, that's Sam.
That's funny. Anything else you was... anything else that hit the waves that actually interest you?
An album.
One of y'all? Yeah, we got an album.
An album hit.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that. You want to talk about that before we talk about his album or after?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll get into Jake's album then.
I've had lots of music.
My man.
Oh, Dan.
Oh, last thing before we get to the music, Pummel Party, fire. Me and Wazzy been playing it. Jake, I need you to. You ain't got no laptop, but you got one, and it's probably good enough to play Pummel Party. You think? I don't know.
Probably.
Jump on this with us.
Oh, and then I got my controller fixed. So next time.
It was the controller?
Yeah.
Okay, fire. We'll get it in. Next time, I wanted to kind of be. I'm probably gonna try to play tonight. We'll see.
See how I feel.
Oh yeah. But Pummel Party is fire. Among Us is still funny as hell to play too. So
We still got to do Phasmo at some point. I know you don't want to. Sounds like Cal wants to. I might get Cal and
definitely
JJ.
wants to. He brought his Oculus.
I might get I'm looking at getting the new HP G2. It's like the Index, but half the price.
And did I ask you this already?
I have one.
Not okay. But I asked you about how the games work. Are there games that are only Oculus specific, or are all the games that are VR? You can use any VR system that you want.
As long as it supports Steam VR,
okay,
you can use it. I don't know about Oculus. I don't follow Oculus because of how shitty they've become as a company.
Mm.
Oh, what? Like,
although
it's funny that you
did that happen
type
after Facebook took them? They bought them? No.
Oh, yeah.
No, but people are starting to root them, which is good. To get rid of that tie-in to Facebook.
Yeah, that's gonna always happen, bro. You go get your shit jailbroken, you go get your shit rooted, dog. Just bend over and take companies. But also think about what can I do to change this so people don't want to take my product and change it. Like, just make your product that. I don't know. Maybe it's not. I know it's not as easy, but. Stop doing that shit.
It's especially worse with Facebook because if you don't have a Facebook account, you can't use it.
Yeah,
and Facebook was banning people who had multiple headsets.
Oh, really?
So you buy a headset, it works. You buy another one, you're banned on Facebook. You buy a VR headset and you're banned on Facebook.
That's retarded. The R word. That's stupid. That's crazy. Yeah, I haven't looked up the Oculus stuff, and it sounds like you haven't seen. You was kind of surprised about him saying you don't like Oculus shit, but that's it. And this kind of translates to the music too, and which we're gonna talk about a little bit. But even if a product is good, even if an artist is good, once I start learning about your personal life, and that's only started happening to me over the last little bit, probably like the last 8 years maybe, I start caring about who an artist was or a company was behind the scenes. Before that, I just was like, is it good or not? Like, I don't give a fuck about nothing else. But now that type of shit does affect me.
Like, part of the reason I hate Apple is not their products. It's them as a company. They're
right, exactly.
a shitty company.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yep. So we'll get into it real quick. Shout out to my girl. See you later. See you later. See 1,000 Forms of Fear. Jake, break down this selection, bro. So you fucked me up with this.
So it was in the back of my mind for a while, but like, I was probably gonna sit on it. But then you hit us with K-Dot and Good Kid, Mad City. And swimming pools and Chandelier, like there's like just like that major connection in my head.
Chandelier.
I think so. I actually remember the first moment I got turned on to her. Like, there was a
To her or by her?
To her,
Okay.
as in the but I can't remember what year it was, but I've had a very difficult time.
It's like fucking Kill Bill, bro. Not this one.
But there was a Grammy performance that she did.
That's crazy. Go ahead.
There was a Grammy performance that she had done, and I somehow randomly caught that. I don't watch the Grammys or anything like that.
Right, I haven't seen no award shows in a minute.
Yeah, and, I mean, this was probably back like 2016, or no, maybe like 2015, 2014, like Grammys.
Yeah.
And
So this album came out 2013.
okay, yeah. So then it would have been like
2014,
2013, 2014. And she performed at the Grammys.
2014.
And I don't know if you watched the video for Chandelier, but they did like pretty much a live performance of the music video there, and she's doing what she does. She stands off to the side of the stage with her hair like covering her face, that big old massive wig, while they're going ahead and dancing. And I want to say it's like that Kristen Wiig chick.
That's this.
Yeah.
Came back again. This is from this year.
Is it?
This is from 4 years ago.
No, I think it was just like re-uploaded.
Oh, maybe it was.
But yeah, like it was a really neat sort of performance, and it was the performance that really caught my attention and stuff. And so the symbolism I was seeing was really interesting, and then I was like, well, I got to go ahead and check out more of this stuff. And her live performances are really cool. She's been on like every fucking like late night show, multiple performances, and she doesn't make it about herself. She's always like off to the side a little bit. She's wearing this big old wig where you can't see her fucking face
that's
at
not
all.
her right there. And
No.
actually, she looked familiar. I think this
Yeah,
might
it's
be
Kristen
it.
Wiig.
Okay, okay. That's Kristen Wiig and Asia Wig. Fire. Go ahead.
Yeah, so but like there's always like these dancers who are performing.
That's her back there.
There's always these dancers going ahead and performing, and the attention's on them. So that's one of the things I've always I was like that like really stuck out to me, is that she's not making it about herself, that sort of thing. And then what's her name? Missy Elliott and that one chick, that little girl dancing in there.
Yeah.
Like she has got a similar relationship with this girl.
That's fire. Okay.
And has gone ahead and brought her along, put her in all of these different music videos, like really showing off like her dancing abilities and stuff. So like just that sort of relationship that she maintains over a number of years with other artists, like really stuck out to me.
There's 3 of them now.
the music video for Elastic Heart, she's got that girl and Shia LaBeouf.
Just now, you think?
But it's her and Shia LaBeouf, and like really got me to stop and try and think about, because like I see it wasn't listening to the music, it was seeing the music videos that really caught my attention first.
Yeah.
And a lot of these songs are all like this song is like her warring with herself.
That was crazy.
You know, and Elastic Heart is very similar. And
this girl dancing her ass off, boy. That's crazy.
Yeah. So
Can you pull up the track list? Because I think Electric Heart is what I'm thinking of.
Elastic Heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I started looking into her a bit more, and yeah, come to find out that she's this Australian pop singer who's been doing it since like the 90s. And like she kind of got tired of doing it a little bit, so she started producing a bunch of music, and she really popped back off with that Titanium song back in like 2011.
That was where I heard it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And apparently the funny story about that is that she was working on that song, like producing it and stuff. And if I remember correctly,
Probably for Ellie Gold at the time.
well, she sent it to Kanye, and Kanye heard it, and he's like, and she was like, like, I'm not wanting to sing anymore. Like, I'm not wanting to perform. I want to be behind the scenes. Well, Kanye heard her on it and was like, yeah, no, fuck your wishes. And he put it out there. And then she ended up getting like this record deal off of that through him and stuff. And now she was forced back into the limelight and to perform. And like she's a really cool person. Because of the way that she always presents herself in the media, typically with trying to like shroud her identity. Like she's been like randomly at like Walmarts and stuff like that during like Thanksgiving and Christmas time, and just buying people's groceries and shit like that.
I thought she was just trying to show how unfamous she is.
No.
Going to Walmart on Wednesdays and not getting nobody to ask her for autographs. Like, look how nobody knows me, guys. Follow me around with this camera.
No, but like, going ahead and like buying people's groceries and like their presents and stuff like that around Christmas time and all that jazz.
It's always a fire.
Yeah, and like nobody like knows the fuck she looks like and all that jazz. So so like you were saying, like it's for it's much more about like that person behind it all. But like the album itself, like she's like Elastic Heart and Chandelier are probably like my two favorite. But again, that's because of the visual aspect.
I think I met you on one.
It said like there's so much depth to those videos that really sort of brings out a lot of the song. But then like just sitting there and listening to it, and like it's a different vibe for me. Like that's not like what I typically listen to.
Like,
So
so
it's an opportunity for me to explore like a
I was
different.
like, wait, did you do this album, Wazzy? Like, Jake told us to listen to this? Okay.
But like I really respect like her approach to art, and like it elicits a very different sort of side of myself and emotions and stuff like that to explore, to try and just develop to be a more complete human being is the way I look at it. And
That's a good way to look at it too.
and
Great way, actually.
like what was it here?
Cheers, Wazzy.
I feel like let me get in on that shit. Excuse the drink. But she in my opinion, she like also exhibits quite a lot of like diversity with the music. Like some of like like the pitch changes going from like lower to higher and slower to faster. Like I don't know, and especially like in that one of the things that always gets me is in that Big Girls Cry. The way she says I think like Big Girls Cry too, like I can like she says it in such a pouty way that I can actually see that pouty face, you know what I mean? Like it elicits an actual visual in my head, just like and then she comes right on out of it and like sings more cleanly and all that jazz, and allowing her voice to break in certain elements of like songs and all that jazz. Felt like it'd be a very different vibe, and I was like, I don't know, might go ahead and irritate y'all a little bit, but we'll see what happens.
I think Mike already gave it away a little bit.
No, go ahead, Wazzy.
Well, I mean, I got a lot to say, so if you want to go first.
Go first.
Oh yeah, but I highly suggest going back. And watching the videos. But
so pull up the track list, because you put me through a journey here. So I open it up. We got Chandelier playing, dope song, and I'm like, all right, I like it.
I do too. There's some
I'm
good
listening.
ones.
That voice is familiar. Get to the end of the
remix.
and then I get to the next one. I'm like, okay.
That's the Big Girls Don't Cry.
So she knows good pop, like she knows pop,
Mm-hmm.
and
that's one of the things for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not amazing, but it's good pop. Like like it is proper pop.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to burn the pages, and it was like a fun song. Like I really liked that. It was like very upbeat. And I'm going through and I'm listening. I'm like, I've heard her somewhere. And then I'm like, she has like a Rihanna Adele combination voice type thing.
Bro, you just stole the words right out of my motherfucking mouth, Wazzy. I'm sitting here listening like, dog, this is Rihanna and Adele Shakespeare, bro. That's crazy that you pulled that out, Wazzy.
So then I'm going
Shout outs to you, bro. I swear to God. I swear to God, that's the same shit I was about to say, bro. Go ahead, bro.
So then we so on tracks 1 and 3, there's a very faint like hard gating that really screwed me up for like 5 minutes, because I'm like, I hear distortion, but it's not strong enough that it sounds like it's from the song. It sounds like I don't think I can hear it.
I got it turned down so you can just.
So track 1 and 3 have that, and I'm like, okay, it's part of the song. Cool. Get through, and I'm like, all right, that was my vibe check. Good. Like I was happy I listened to it. I've had earworms for Chandelier
Shout out to earworms.
Play the beginning of Elastic Heart, because I think that was the one that I just audibly didn't click with. Oh wait, no, I like this one. Which is the slow and fair game. One of them got super repetitive.
This is kind of slower.
Yeah, because there's no bass. Like there's nothing to fill the sound. It's very linear.
But this is more of a ballad.
You need it wide and you need it tall.
But this is this is like a ballad though.
Oh, no. But again, that for me was the weakest one. It's good. So I go through today, and I'm doing a lyric check, and I'm going through them, and I'm looking at the lyrics, and I'm like, it's Lorem Ipsum writes pop. It's not deep lyrics. They're strong lyrics, but they aren't deep. Like, they don't mean a whole lot.
Yeah.
And they repeat often. So I'm about halfway through, and I'm like, all right. So she seems to know music very well. Lyrics, not so much what's going on. I take a look, and she writes for like Beyonce and Rihanna and all of those big stars. So she's a songwriter. So she's a very good songwriter. And this album, to me, feels like you give a good songwriter, and I think this goes back to what you were saying. They gave a good songwriter a new program to make their music. Because a lot of it is very experimental, like the very light distortion, or there's some like very high tingy type reverb going on. It feels like you gave a good songwriter a new tool that they got to play with. So I liked it.
So when you say new tool, did it sound like, when you say new, it sounded like she got it and didn't really know how to use it?
So like you've been using GarageBand.
Experimental.
Yeah. You've been using GarageBand forever. You get out of the music scene. You come back a couple of years later, you got to relearn everything. You're now using
what type of shit? Pro Tools, Ableton?
Yeah, Ableton is what I was thinking of. Or Tractor, that kind of thing. So you have the same core, but you have a whole new effect library. You have
Logic.
Yeah, you have all of the chains that you don't necessarily get from something like GarageBand, which is a very basic beat generator for the most part.
Yeah, so she's got a lot more independence and flexibility here, because she's not just the songwriter, but she's also the performer.
And I love her voice. Her voice is what sold it. It sucks that the lyrics didn't do much, but I felt everything through her voice.
Yeah, I'm rolling with you.
I'm sorry to steal everything.
No, Wisely. That's why I wanted you to go first, bro, because you gonna go again, because you still got some more shit that you was telling me about. But first of all, off the top, once you tell me that you looked her up.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe that went into the songwriter stuff.
Yeah, I didn't know she was a songwriter. Like, I thought that was cool, and that was why I could hear Rihanna's voice on some of them, or Adele's voice on some of them.
That's what I'm saying.
She had a nice fry on one voice that was almost hailstormy, but not quite. The only thing
that fry I felt was like very intentional.
Everything.
That's one of the things I appreciated, because I don't like just frying for like no reason. Like, I feel Marilyn Manson does fry for no reason whatsoever.
And that was my issue with it.
Yeah.
It was the unnatural adjustment of your vocal cords for art instead of feeling. Which I'm not saying one is better than the other, but I'd much rather feel than hear art, if that makes sense.
He's on so many fucking playlists. So last week when you brought her up, that's the first thing I told you was, I know Sia because she's always had like a fire feature on somebody else's shit. Her voice always comes in, especially on hip hop songs. It'd be like a great contrast to what you already been hearing. So I'm like, damn, she came in here and killed this shit. But I've never ever listened to her shit by itself. Ever. So I hit play, and like y'all said, y'all know how I do. I get the broom out, start sweeping, hit play, and Chandelier come on, and I'm bopping. I'm like, oh, this go hard. But also, I stopped bopping halfway through, because I'm like, Jake sits up there? And then in my head, I'm like, Jake don't like this shit. Jake trying to do a okie doke on us. And this whole time we've been doing albums we like, he trying to switch it up to albums we hate.
I walk in and Jake is finding a song, and I'm like, oh, what's going on? He's like, is he fucking with us?
I'm like, this man.
I'm like, I liked it. I thought it was cool.
I love it, but I'm like, Jake don't like this.
It is funny that the reason you got into it is the video.
Yeah.
It's a very visual thing.
Yeah.
It's good music, but it's a funny way in, and I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
And it's always, sometimes it might be better to be introduced different ways to artists. Sometimes you might see an interview from an artist before you ever hear their music and be like, I like him as a person. And then you'll go into his project having a whole different ear because you'll be kind of wanting to like whatever you're listening to. So you're more optimistic to it as opposed to just listen to music without ever even knowing who somebody is.
Well, and like,
I like finding out afterwards. I prefer the
I feel
opposite
that,
way.
yeah.
I want to say,
I do too, I think, but I've had it the other way before,
Where you're like, oh,
and it
that's
worked
cool,
out.
dude. I'm gonna listen. Just
Like
see what he's about.
like a guy that I have known, like I see your name everywhere. I never checked you out. And then I saw an interview that he said something, and I was like,
All
all right, let me check him out, man. Let me stop bullshitting and finally really listen to your music. And then it usually has worked out pretty well. Sometimes not so much, but usually it does. Yeah, some dudes like I don't know if I'm one of these days I'm put y'all on some Vince Staples, but it should be so different that he was a hard dude to like really start liking this shit. But he's one of the best interviewers I've ever seen. But what was you about to say?
well, I was gonna say like, it's kind of interesting because if I remember correctly, the video for Elastic Heart with Shia LaBeouf in it is what actually got me
Into liking Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, and really respecting him as an artist because like his acting, like okay,
You
whatever.
crazy, bro. His acting in the first three
we already went over all of
is
this.
fucking amazing.
He is absolutely
Shia LaBeouf is the
crushing.
greatest actor of all. Do I gotta pull up the clapping meme? Do I gotta pull up the clapping meme?
So for one, no performance is ever going to wow me if it's Michael Bay in Transformers. All right, like I don't care who the fuck you are.
You're crazy.
But like seeing this performance here got me like
This post camera. Remember he posted that camera and was just live streaming in front of it for.
that's free.
That's free camera. Okay.
But like so like watching him here and then
look strong.
She looked like 12 in that screenshot.
but then like I got into like looking into like the director of the music video and like a lot of like the theory behind.
You got deep.
Yeah, I went deep with it, and then I was like, oh shit!
When
And
they
like,
get them Christian Bale abs, boy.
and I was like, oh, like and Shia wanted to be a part of this and stuff, and he got really deep into it. Like why? And then I got exposed to like.
Because he's crazy.
Well, like, and then I got into like him and Luke and Natasha and they're like meta modern like art experiments and stuff like that they've been doing.
Who is Luke and Natasha?
These two like I guess you might call them like art theorists.
Wasn't his thing part of that? Like,
yeah, that was part of it. That videotaping him watching all of his movies in that open theater. That was part of it. But he was doing all sorts of, like.
I think he said that on Hot Ones. I think he had talked about that.
Yeah, so like I was like, oh wow, like he.
I gotta go rewatch that one because that was good. And he did talk about it, but I forgot what he said.
I still don't like him, but that was a good idea.
And then there was him in the video for
Again,
like this band. Like
I don't enjoy All Nitros.
He was also in this around that same time. He was in another music video, like Fyodor Piano or something like that by Sigur Rós, and it's just instrumental music, but like you can hear the story that the piano is trying to communicate, especially watching like his performance and stuff like that. So it got me into thinking of like high art. You know what I mean? And like what that means and all that jazz.
But what's funny is these type of albums don't usually get you to thinking that deep about what's going on.
This is like a template to pop music.
Yeah.
It's like
Right, but it was the video, like
Right.
you said, you know, like, because if I just heard it on the radio, I'd probably be
This is just this right here just sounds
Like,
like
this
a
could be
regular,
Imagine Dragons.
Imagine Dragons, Miley Cyrus.
so play the beginning of 4 because I swear there's a
4.
yeah.
So this.
I swear there's an Asking Alexandria song that has a very similar vibe. And I'm like, I spent a half hour going through every song that I knew that could follow this.
Mhm.
And it's not the same, but it's slightly different.
But this is a common tempo right
But
here. This is a
imagine if-
low
if-
70 BPM or something like
if this was a dude like
50.
singing low,
Actually, yeah.
Mhm.
And even this one right here, she getting her Rihanna bag on this
that
heavy.
is 100%.
And so when I heard this shit, I'm like, first of all, I've been wanting Rihanna to drop another album so bad. She ain't dropped shit in like 5 years, y'all. It's about that time for Riri the bad girl. I know you getting your money, baby. I know you out here making so much money off your Savage Fenty line and your modeling. And this music shit ain't worth it. But come on, for me. For me. And then now I'm back to Sia. So listening to this, I'm like, all right, there's a few songs on here that's gonna be in the heavy rotation. Front to back, I enjoyed just about all of these bitches. You know, I just wasn't in the mood to hear slower songs when I was working, so you know, some of the slower songs didn't hit the same way that they probably gonna hit when I'm
That's
just
the
chilling.
funny thing about what we're doing. Is like some songs need you to be in a certain place, but you're just telling me listen to a CD, so hitting play. And that was kind of wet.
It is part of why I'm doing 2 listens on every one so that I know what the vibe is.
Yeah.
So that I know when I can listen to it.
Yeah, and that's true. But also, I like, if I was to do a true review show, I would have 2 different type of reviews of every album. I think that your first listen review is always key to whether or not you think an album is good. But then I would do a first listen review, and then we would follow up
Find out
later
what they're
on.
actually talking about, what the artist
And then
is
I would
about.
do like a 2-week later review or something like that, where you've listened
See how
to
it
it
sits.
5-6 times, and then what are you still coming back
Reaction
to?
video for the big
Actually,
one on YouTube
that's what
right
I said.
now.
No, I'm not doing it. I think that if you want to properly review something, you do a first listen review, give it a rating, and then come back to it later, and then revise your rating. So, but basically, all we're doing here when we do our shit is first listens. / we probably get the most is 3 listens out of everything that we get. That's the most probably average. We probably all get 2 listens out of most of this shit. So you know, you can't never get the full experience out of something because I didn't even watch none of the videos, so I missed out on that whole aspect
So
of this album
if we
and
do want
her.
people to look at videos, we should probably say that.
Yeah. Watch the videos.
So I thought about
People
going
forgot
ahead and
about videos, so we probably do gotta mention it.
well, I thought about going ahead and saying something, but I was like, let the music stand for what it is.
Yeah.
You know.
But I want to try to come into it from your point of view because I know that I listen to music different. So if I can try to approach it from your point of view, I can kind of see.
But see, then I feel like I'm influencing too much. Like
Yeah.
I just want to hear you raw.
Because if in order for him to even give you that perspective of how he came into it, he would have had to give you that whole 10-minute soliloquy to start this bitch off. we can't do that. Sia, you are fired. Rihanna Adele vibes is crazy, and believe me, that's not a bad thing. Like, you sing so fucking well. It's crazy how well you sing. The lyrics and shit. I'm listening, and some of them hit hard, some of them don't. You know, you go through the things, but I get the feel. I see what you're doing, and especially now that I see what the videos is, that shit's great. And the thing that you talk about with Kanye, that's the reason I'm always fuck with Kanye as a musician, bro.
Right.
And it's because it's not just about his music. Kanye was my favorite artist, period, for a long time. So I've always followed what he did in music, realized what he had to do to even become famous, because there were so many people that was like, nah, we not doing that. We'll get into some Kanye as far as an artist. Probably my next turn around. We'll see how I'm feeling. We'll see how I'm feeling.
Well, he didn't win.
But it's because of this, because he does have a great ear for music. He does be able to put people in different positions. And who would have thought that Sia even knew fucking Kanye? But that's just because when Wazzy came in my crib today, he was like, do you think this is more closer to pop or hip hop?
I meant R&B.
R&B, my bad. He asked me if it's more close to pop or R&B. That's yeah. And I told him this is definitely more closer to pop.
Oh, yeah.
But she got things on here that could be R&B.
It's things in her voice.
Yeah, her voice is it, but the reason why it's not R&B is all the production. But she could, if she put her voice towards something that was more an R&B production, she could kill that too for sure. And I've heard her on shit that was like around that thing. So as an artist here, I fuck with you as an album. I like this album.
It's not an album I would skip songs for the most part. I wouldn't start like a playlist on it, but I won't skip it if they come through.
Yeah, I mean,
but yeah, I just figured like, let's throw you guys a curveball.
So, do you know what the 1,000 Forms of Fears, like what the reasoning behind the name of the project was?
The album is all about fear.
Yeah, just different types of fear. So, I don't know.
I mean, it's almost
go ahead and say 1,000.
Yeah.
Like just a lot of forms.
Yeah, but what's funny is look at just like when I told you that she was in a bunch of like features I've seen. Just look at the playlist that she's on. This is all the fucking playlists that her songs just get on, bro. This is stupid.
Some guy whose name starts with an L, and I think Diplo did like a big like LP collab, and it was like they called themselves LSD for it.
That's funny.
And that's got a lot of really good songs too. New wave pop,
electro pop, and they actually the reggae influenced beat. I caught a little reggae, not throughout the whole thing, but you catch glimpses of it throughout the shit.
I had there was something that was playing some reggae the other day, and Julia's like, man, I really enjoy this stuff. Like, this is like Saturday morning breakfast stuff I want to hear. But she's like, but I don't know what this music is. Like, what do you call it? I'm like, hey, that's reggae.
I love music.
So, yeah, I got to work this Saturday, so we won't be making no plans.
Damn, bro. Also, this is a great representation to show you. If I was an artist, I think I would want to be a Sia type artist. Somebody who has critical acclaim and is highly respected in the industry, but not so fucking famous that you can't live a life. You know what I'm saying? Sia makes a lot of fucking money. You make a lot of money from songwriting. Those royalty checks are just rolling in. Features. She make a lot of money doing what she do, and then just being famous just enough that when I do drop some shit, it's enough people listening and downloading and streaming. So I'm gonna get a check from that. When I go on tour, it's enough people coming to the tour where I'm not doing LCA, I'm not doing Little Caesars Arena, but I can do the Fillmore. You know what I'm saying? I might be able to do Fox Theater, sell that out, or at least get it to 80% capacity, make some good money, and then I go home. I do 3 months of those decent sized shows or opening up for somebody. I come home with some money in my check. That might be like where I would want to be. Well, and I don't know if I would want to be Drake. Right. As much as I want to grab my dick and say, fuck y'all, I don't know if I want to not ever be able to go to Target again.
Take a shit at a restaurant and not get followed.
Like, you can only live in LA because those are the only places with restaurants that only famous people can get into. Like,
Well, and then going ahead and identifying artists that you respect that aren't even in the same like discipline as you.
Yep.
Like, she's a songwriter, right? And a singer-songwriter. But she's going ahead and finding this kid who's a dancer, and then going ahead and using her platform to go ahead and lift that up and all that jazz. Yeah, so like thinking outside of the box and like recognizing art when you see art and wanting to push that forward. Just like those directors. I mean, it's not a coincidence that she's working with the directors that she's working with.
Does she do that kind of stuff live? Like when she's out performing, is
like the dancing and stuff?
like is she so I guess are her shows more performance or are they more music?
I would probably, she probably always got somebody dancing in her shit. Thank you for this. Awesome.
Nice little ad for arcade, what are those?
Okay, that doesn't count.
No, this is
I'm concert.
I'm trying to find.
Oh, well, and I don't know exactly what her concerts look like.
Moscow. You want to do the city one?
Yeah.
Full orchestra.
But like,
here. Let me see.
There's some funny ones like of her like back in the day.
Bangs, girl.
Those are bangs.
Those. Let me see. All right. I'm like, where the wide shot at, y'all?
Thank you.
Oh man, where's she from?
Australia.
Okay. I'm like, are we a fable? God damn. This cameraman is ass. Can I see like what's going on the whole stage? All right,
so she is just kind of singing,
standing there,
which is odd given how artistic her music videos are.
Well, I mean, but it also depends on like what area you look at, like because like I've seen some very like dramatic like set work going on, and like because again like she's been doing it since the 90s, and like you watch some of those concerts, and I'm like. The fuck, and like she's got videos, like music videos back in like the 90s, and I'm like, yeah, this. How are you singing right now? Because like this looks 90s as fuck. Like those weird, like super dramatic colored, jackets and shit like that.
Yeah.
I just recently saw a Rage music video for "Killing in the Name of," and I'm like, I have not seen that in forever. It looks like it was made in the 50s, and you've got what's his name? The singer with like long cornrows and
I can never remember his name. I can only ever remember Tom Morello.
Mm-hmm.
Which, oh my goodness, that boy.
All right, you got any follow up on this? I got an album.
I like that. I'll probably be revisiting about 4 or 5 of them songs on a consistent basis for a little bit. Shout out to Sia.
I bet I'm going to guess that Wazzy's album is going to be Mariah Carey's Holiday. What a fucking
It's all Christmas songs. But I'm gonna find out.
All I want for Christmas.
So how do we define album?
Yeah, so I've been tempted, like a greatest hits sort of deal. Or like Tool's their live album is like very different takes on.
I'm not opposed to a greatest hits album if I'd ever heard somebody before, but I don't know. It takes the song itself out of the context of the project,
I
so
would
kind of ruin it
personally.
Yeah, so
I wouldn't be.
I also know artists that are singles only. Like all of their songs are literally singles, so there is no album.
There's no such thing as an artist that ain't had no album. But
Aerocord.
Who?
Aerocord. EDM.
BDSM?
Yeah.
Bro, like, that's not art. You're just going and spanking
it
each
can be
other.
art.
To call BDSM not art is just irresponsible on your part.
All right, anyway.
It's an intentional slap in the face.
So I got an album that came out 5 days ago, and I'm already calling it my album of 2020.
Oh, you fuck.
Bring Me the Horizon, post survival, shoot it. It also has the longest song name I've ever seen. It also has the longest song name I've ever seen.
I was gonna go ahead and like.
One day, the only butterflies left will be in your chest as you march towards your death. So they even made it a bar.
I was gonna say like that's just like the entire chorus.
Amy Lee. Yeah, that is that's the chorus. So I said it's only 9 songs, too.
8 songs. One is like an intro. The
30 minutes. This is a quick ass listen, dog.
I got a bonus for you because I had never heard of Nova Twins.
Okay.
Nova Twins.
Nova Twins.
What,
I like that name.
huh?
I like that name.
They put out an album in 2020. I've listened to a couple songs on it. They sound really good. One of these singers, I think it's 2 black chicks out of London, I think. One of their voices is
I
as good as
love
Lizzie
listening to London black chicks sing. So go ahead. Let me hear it.
I don't know which one is which is singing, but
Ooh,
one of them has a super powerful voice.
probably the dark skinned chick. Yeah.
So as a bonus, if you want to listen to this, go ahead. I listened to a couple tracks on their new song and I loved it. But I had never heard of them, and it's such a short, because this one is 30 minutes too. So I've got like one full album and 2 different albums.
Okay.
If you don't like Nova Twins after like a couple tracks, most of their stuff seems to sound pretty similar.
I'm gonna check them out. I'll probably like them. But which track that stood out to you?
So I played Vortex and Play Fair, and I like both of those.
Okay, I'll put both of them on.
Play Fair. Wasn't there a Sia track?
Fair Game.
Fair Game, that's
They got a little following too. Nice. All right.
But so the reason I'm recommending Nova Twins as well is because Ollie Sykes, the singer from Bring Me the Horizon, that he had never heard of them until this year, and he absolutely loved them. And if I love their music, I'm probably gonna like the music that they also like.
That's what he said?
Mhm.
Okay.
And this album actually bumped the album I was gonna do today. So
Okay. That's fire.
and I've listened to the album more than once today. I can say that.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna
You
go.
got me excited a little bit then.
I was gonna say.
They got Baby Metal!
Hey!
Baby Metal!
Also, afterwards,
And your boy Young Blood. I've been watching a lot of his videos or her videos. He be weird as fuck.
he's gonna be a giant star.
Yeah, I hope so.
I love all of the collabs on it. Amy Lee of Evanescence, one of the best female singers.
Mm-hmm. She still got it.
Nova Twins sound like
Well, I don't know if she still got it, but I'm sure.
she has a very sultry voice, which is one thing that Sia had, is that very sultry type voice. Amy Lee has that now. But yeah, also I got a song for you afterwards.
Okay.
A super hype baby metal song.
Oh, let's get it, bro. You know I love it. And just like that, this is the No Consensus Podcast, bitches.
Peace.
Peace. I mean, say it again, Wazzy.
I didn't get it again?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
It-
say peace.
it. It, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Pennywise.
We can't end with me saying peace. You gotta be the one. This is the No Consensus Podcast.
Yeah.
That boy is Benny Hanna.